Hey, Press, how's it going? Hey, Abe. Hey, Swizzy. As soon as I finish up these crowns, I'll start grinding in some PvP. Hey, Astra. Just finishing up the crowns, I just figured I would go ahead and start now. Why not? See, now you guys get to see my secret to doing crowns quickly. Yeah, thanks, Abe. Appreciate it. I really hate that it screws up collecting crowns if you collect them too quickly. Still. It'll be epic shortly. I need a boost. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It used to be, and I always I always worry about it like not registering everything it was for a while. Maybe they finally fixed it, but I'd never risk it. I always wait like a 2 count or something like that. Okay. We are good to go. 3:51 p.m. Oh, who else did I just beat? I've been on a defensive, I mean, other than a couple. Friggin' Obi-Wan beating me. I've been on a defensive, like, rampage. Loving it. Yeah, and this is, like, I kind of threw this together, but yeah, I mean, Iris kicks some serious butt. I mean, especially with Rayla, like, ugh. Obi used... He used Soul, Leo, Arya, and Jin. Oh no, that was my attack on him, sorry. No, he used, I don't remember who he used. I think he used Rayla, but I don't remember. I watched it and then... Nice. Very cool. I think it's Arya only proof just because Iris has at least one attack that'll always hit. It depends on if you, like, I don't have Darius here. So Rayla defense won't always beat, I mean, I don't have Darius here. So that's not necessarily accurate. But this team, I've been loving this team here. Plus, any chance I get to use Astrid is, I'm always going to take. How to counter Arya? Yeah, use perfect striking heroes, yeah. Nah, I disagree. Shade is not that awesome. Valken might, if you argue that Valken was better, maybe, but I don't know. I don't agree. Nah, I don't have to agree. Astrid is gimmicky? Wow. It's good, like, Astrid is a good substitute if you don't have, like, a 5 or a 6-star Zulk. Because she adds a whole bunch of, new start update sucks. I don't know what you mean. But, Astrid's really nice if you don't have as strong of a Zulk or, like, an Archon or even a, what's-her-face? Malice. It's because I was playing around with it and I liked it. Oh, that's not something we can just make happen. Hey Mark, how's it going? And I was playing around with Sifu. I mean, I might go back to Malkin, but I was having no problems with her either. See, now I'm not paying attention. The Evos are not really all that hard to get, but I mean, the Star Ascensions are, or the Star Limitations is kind of frustrating for most people. I get that. I don't disagree that it's hard, but getting the Evos isn't the hard part. Getting the stars is the hard part. Lots of people use an Echo. I'm not a big fan of the Echo. This battle should have already been over. I ended up losing, so I'm paying attention. Not bad, Mark. This battle just needs to be over. Alright. I'm gonna go back to Sifu. But hey, I just finished my crowns. I'm not a big fan of using Echo. I don't have anything against Echo as a hero. It just kind of bores me. It doesn't really do anything remotely cool. Like, just kind of eh. I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's just why I don't use him. He's not all that great for what I do. Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. There's some people that are, like, swear by how awesome he is. He's just like, nah, I don't know about that, but he's got his uses, for sure. Nice. Yeah, I mean, for lower levels, definitely. Ooh. Yeah, screw it. This is winning a shit ton. I'll just switch back to this. In my opinion, right now, Archon is stronger than Rayla. Especially if you're that much closer. Rayla's actually more limited. Like she's useful, but she's more limited. I mean, you pretty much have to take almost a full, like, ranged team for her to be worth a shit. Because she doesn't do much damage on her own. I use Archon with more than Zulk. I use Archon a lot more. See, I gotta start paying attention to the game and not chat. Yeah, I mean, I've used Archon a shitload more than I've used Rayla. Shitload more. Well, Zulk team can be used for a lot more than a Rayla team can. But, yeah, but you're not going to get the one-shotting of whole teams with Solaris. I don't disagree. Archon team is way better than Soul team. I don't think that can really be legitimately argued. Holy Moses. Well, people can say all sorts of shit. Doesn't mean they're right. Oh, there's light. Yeah, definitely. But there's certain things that, like, clearly in this scenario, it's really hard to justify Soul over Archon for this, unless you don't have Archon. That's about the only justification. Jinli doesn't need to be nerfed. Jinli is just fine as he is. I mean, he's countered by all sorts of stuff. And what is up with my stuff today? I'm getting all this crap where heroes are... He's not underpowered. He's not overpowered, but he's not underpowered. What is up with these heroes today? Jeez. Well, you're welcome to your opinion, Max, but that doesn't mean it's correct either. I mean, he got nerfed a couple of times with Foresight runes. He got nerfed with the nerf that I got put through. I mean, he's been nerfed a couple of times. He has plenty of counterbalances. He's a lot more balanced than, like, Arya is. I mean, he's still strong, but he's not overpowered. He's right where he needs to be. I appreciate it, but you don't have to worship me. But I did get the one nerf through, which made a lot of other heroes usable. And I mean, I think that was kind of all that really needed to happen. The Foresight rune was an inadvertent nerf. But that was another one of my ideas, and the aversion rune was my idea. And all of those really hurt. Sifu could use an epic, I won't argue with that, but I don't know if he needs it like immediately. He's still very usable. I was using him just a little bit ago. Now, most heroes right now are pretty well balanced, especially for their tier level. Arya needs just a little itty bitty tweak, just a little tweak. And that's basically just to make it so that her Sand in the Eyes has a 1 turn longer recharge. I would agree with Astrid getting an epic, and hello Alfredo. I like Astrid. I can't pit anybody. Well, we'll just do that then. I like how, because I had shield piercing and corpse devouring, it got rid of both of them without me getting hit with the volatile components. You fear dwarf teams? You must be lower level or something, I'm not sure. Like, dwarf teams are pretty easy right now. Foresight by itself shouldn't really be unpurgeable, I don't believe.
Destruction.
Or shouldn't be purgeable. Okay, I mean, yeah, if you don't have some of the more recent heroes or stuff like that, then potentially. You think it shouldn't be unpurgeable? I don't know about that. Especially if, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, Guardian Rune is purgeable, Taunt is purgeable, but the whole concept of Foresight is it's there to be, to intercept a debuff, so, I mean, I don't know. Devs are gonna do what they want anyway, so. Hey, Toasty. Yeah, I've gotten into some arguments with people about aversion. All attack and damage penetration, Alfredo. All attack and damage penetration. Nice. I should do a Skyrim Let's Play. Alright, Mark. Catch you later on.
Destruction.
Borderlands 2. Hey, Bink, how's it going? I played, like, part of Borderlands 2.
Destruction.
Unfortunately, it just gets really repetitive. Although that's something that I would consider, like, doing as a community thing, like getting a co-op Borderlands 2 game going. Alright, I will definitely consider it. I mean, I like me a Necromancer, or I don't even remember what I guess there was the big brawler guy, or I don't remember. It's been a long time. Hey, Aquan. It's been a long time since I played it. But that'd be something cool to do on streams. get a few people on Discord and stream through it. Maybe I'll hold some sort of contest or something like that to get a slot on a co-op team or something. But would you guys, if I did stuff like Skyrim or even some of the older Elder Scrolls games or things like that, or Fallout, would you guys watch that kind of thing? Foresight should. I don't know, I'd have to test it. I mean, I would think that it should. Which hero would I put in Immersion Rune? Somebody like Rayla or Iris or Ponti or stuff like that. Okay. I mean, if you guys you wouldn't watch it, press. I mean, if you guys had watched that kind of content, I would absolutely do it. I mean, I love those games. But I'd love to do like a Fallout New Vegas. Oh, that's such a good game. I mean, I wouldn't do Morrowind because that's just too ancient. But like I would consider doing like Oblivion or something like that. Yeah, I probably would be more inclined to do New Vegas. Yeah, I never really liked the GTA games. I never really got into them. I tried playing the one, like GTA 5 with the Russian guy, but the issue was that I got to one quest, and I hate when games do this, where there's a quest that is not like all the rest of the quests, and you need to finish it to like complete the story. There we go. And I just couldn't progress because there's this one thing where you're gonna like chase these people down on this motorcycle. I just couldn't friggin' finish it. I'm not doing team requests today, Max, but I will be next time I stream Dungeon Boss. Today I'm just grinding for the whatever it's called, the Grand Guild tournament. So I'm just getting as many of these through as I can. I want to hit at least the 25k threshold today. Yeah, Luke's been kicking butt. I think it's pretty damn close if it's not the fastest. I mean, it's more than adequate. I think any team that's got Zulk and Archon in it is probably the fastest. And if it's got my Zulk and my Archon, it's probably even faster. Yeah, I'm kicking ass. He's using basically, I mean, he's probably using Shade here, but he's using the same team. Well, and then you haven't had to spend a bunch of money on this event or anything either. Like, I've picked up boosts. That's it. Like, and I've only boosted a few times. Oh yeah, you can't debuff constructs. So it'll purge all the buffs on him. It'll take his health to half. But yeah. 100 free heroics. I might have missed out on something. I don't know. Nice. Oh, okay. I did those, I just didn't pay attention to them, so. Cryosleep was never designed that way, though. I mean, it's been around for a lot longer. Like, Cryosleep is weird. If you Cryosleep a hero, and then you kill another hero, even if that hero shouldn't be out of Cryosleep yet, they come out. Cryosleep is kind of unreliable. Yeah, I've gotten a whole bunch of ether from this event and the last event. Just an absolute buttload. Hey, Casey. How's it going? Wagwan. Well, I mean, Kratos kills gods, so I mean, I would have to assume Kratos would win, but then again, my Archon can do that, so who knows. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's not super high priority, but yeah, it really should. Especially since you can't trigger it as often as you can trigger into the pit. My Archon has 27.5k attack power and 40% damage resist, or damage penetration. It is disgusting. Well, William isn't really, I mean, he's just designed to be an early hero, not like a late game hero. That's part of why. I mean, they're never gonna have, indeed. My Archon brings all the ladies to the yard. You're Julius. Ah, there's beast mode. Excellent. It's because of the shield piercing and the corpse removal. How in the world? Oh, because he only has... That's weird. And goodbye beast mode. Sorry, I had to go, yeah, had to go taunt beast mode real quick. Alright. How you doing? hero is a must-have. Zulk. Archon. I mean... if you're not having fun, but if you are having fun, then, I mean, just give it time. I'm watching a replay. I'm like, why? What's going on? Dial back on the all caps just a little bit. You don't have to stop with caps, but just not quite so much all caps. Now he's taunt. You can still use him against constructs, you just can't use him as well. Like, he won't banish anybody, but you can still use him to do 50% damage and purging all buffs. I don't know if Zulk can get an epic anytime soon. But why is he able to heal with a healer rune? I didn't know that he was. I assumed that he couldn't. If that's the case, I'm going to start using healer runes on him on defense. Or on defense? Yeah, on defense. Well, I mean, vampire and life, anything with lifesteal or healer, I mean... But they still would have to be healing, which he's technically not supposed to be able to heal. Max, your caps lock key keeps getting stuck. Yeah, agreed. Nice. Yeah, you might be able to get rid of or not have Craw if you have Foresight runes. So then you can run like, oh god, Zen, Rayla, Iris, Lily. Oof. Oof. Chills. Oh, that'd be fun. That would be a lot of fun. The only problem is you also have to be able to have Zen. So you'd almost have to run, yeah, when you start getting ugly, you'd have to have a Foresight rune on Zen, which means you'd have to bring either Indigo or Echo. Yeah, somebody remind me to explore the idea. I mean, I've run that team before, like with Rayla and both Rayla and Iris, because it's on my defense right now, as well as Rayla and Zen. But, why would you need Foresight on Zen? Because if you don't have Craw with you, if you're trying to replace Craw, you need somebody to stop silence. So I'm trying to get Craw out of the picture for that team. But I ran that team quite a bit. I mean, Astro Kitty aka Dino K, Dino K. Zen will get silenced. The idea is to have Zen haste or haste Rayla before Rayla acts. So yes, it is. Because then Rayla can trigger two different sets of attacks before anybody else gets to go, because it's all at fast speed. That was where my team would have the Lily that was unskinned, so that she would put out both binds and the damage shield all at once before at fast speed, and then the rest of it was just mop up at that point. Typically, so the only time I'm guaranteed to stream, exactly what I was saying, Press. You could use Echo, but I prefer to use somebody that's actually going to do damage, which would be Indigo. The only day Alfrey when I guaranteed to stream is Fridays. I've been doing it now because the event has been. It's a lot more fun to do this grinding when I can talk to you guys and we can hang out. But I will start streaming more. So, I mean, if you don't know how to make Indigo do damage, I don't know. But hey, Rob. No. Lily and Panda both have counters. And they have, like, a number of counters. Especially Panda. Like, there's, with the Foresight runes now, as well as, like, the fact that you can have Shade, or Rayla, or something like that. Lily, there's a number of ways to stop Lily, too. I mean, pretty straightforward ways. We've tried for that. I mean, that basically what it should be is either the form is purgeable or all forms are not purgeable. I don't think Zulk needs a nerf. Arya only needs the tiniest of nerfs. Tiniest of nerfs. And it's as simple, because it was the same principle, like, okay, the Jhin nerf that got put through was my suggestion, and it was because it was so small, but it was effective without crippling it. Like, the issue with Arya is that she can constantly keep an entire team from being able to hit her, because that sand in the eyes, she can keep it up constantly. Every fourth turn or whatever, like, the buff lasts just as long as the recharge. You make that buff, the recharge, one turn longer, and then that every 4 turns or whatever it is, all the heroes have a chance, even if it's only a 50% chance, to hit her. Or you reduce her chance to land all the attacks, because she seems to always land, like, almost every attack. She rarely misses. So one of the two of those is all that Arya needs. She can still be strong, she can still do a lot of damage, she can still be, like, practically dodgeable, like, or unstoppable as far as that. But you make that sand in the eyes, because that's the real killer. That's what makes it so that nobody can hit her, ever, is that constant debuff. You shouldn't be able to have, like, 20 turns in a row with 4 heroes swinging and whiffing against one. That's all the fix that Arya really needs. Because you don't want to, like, cripple heroes either. You always want to nerf, like, when you're tweaking heroes, it's always just turning the dial a little bit at a time. You don't want to cripple anybody or break anything. Honestly, Grandar is one of the best designed heroes. Like, he's really, really well balanced. Because there's other heroes around, and Zola she's a great hero. But I think a lot of it is just that there's other heroes that are stronger. It's not even the shield piercing. Like, you can get by with the shield piercing, but the issue, and it's actually, there's changes that we've suggested too around the fact that all reptiles should get the ability to damage stone heroes. Because the problem is, with Arya, or with Zola, you stone somebody, and nobody else can do damages to it. That may... I mean, who knows what'll happen with reptiles as far as that stuff goes. But a big thing is just making sure that all reptiles can do damage to stone targets. Because otherwise you stone a target and nobody can do damage to it. But that's why Zola is harder to bring along, because, I mean, she's a super strong hero. But... also, you gotta remember, too, that probably 95 or 98% of people that PvP don't come up with their own teams. They're not experimenting, they're not trying stuff, they're looking at what other people are doing and they're running those teams, or they're following, like, their guild says against this defense run this, against this defense run this, blah blah blah. Basically, if they had healing happen better from Cobressa, I think it would be fine. Yeah, some people like to experiment, but not to get into MFG. Nah, well, basically, if you're not experimenting and stuff like that, then yeah, I mean, that's why most people don't try anything that's not, so instead of, like, using Archon, you mean? Somebody instead of Archon? I mean, you could use Solaris if you had to, but it's going to be far less effective. If you're running... if you don't have a good Archon, you're almost better off not running this team entirely. Unless your Zulk is super strong. But after today, I'll do more like another stream where I'm experimenting and stuff again. I just can't do it today. But if you watch my battles and like check my replays every now and again, you'll see all sorts of wacky stuff. I was running, you know, Press and I are actually going to, or supposed to. We just keep forgetting. And then the events came around, which made it hard. But he is supposed to be doing one with me about new player runes, like a rune guide for new players. Yeah, I mean, maybe next weekend or during this week or something like that. Yeah, I just did with the event coming up and everything else going on. I just haven't had time, but... yeah. And you go to bed early. You can't find your bonnet. Plant team, ironically, somebody was just posting about a plant team earlier today. Plant team can work. Especially if you use Jumbo and like Ragnar. Yeah, it's a viable team. I put that idea out there. We'll see. Where'd my beard go? What the hell? OMG. There is a beard missing. You must not have been around for a little while. I don't think so, Astro. Well, I'm also not wearing headphones. Alexandros, possibly. I've tried that team. Hey, Poopy. A good team was actually Black Diamond, Arya, Alexandros, and Rondar, or Arya, Alexandros, Lily, and Grondar. How to do a rune, John? I'm using Valken instead of Shade because Valken brings a lot more value than Shade, and I have a Foresight rune on Malice. And Valken can hit Arya. Hey, why did I banish? I don't even know what I'm doing. But this right here is also why I'm bringing Valken. Who's John? The stats on the green one are not great. I've got to request into Joel to change them. But the blue one, the stats are better. But I'm making do with, I mean, I can compensate for kind of some odd stats. My other runes are strong enough. Oh, Long John Suki, gotcha. So, you want a little bit of skill on Hansuke, because it'll improve his chance to parry. Other than that, you either want to rune him very defensively, or you have to rune him very offensively, one or the other, with some skill. If you rune him offensively, you can also put a little bit of damage penetration. If you rune him defensively, you can also put a little bit of damage resistance. Yeah, it has John on it because it's Long John's, like, thermal underwear, Long John Suke. Yeah, I don't know how much, but it will increase it a little bit. And if you can get 5% out of it or something like that. Yeah. Is that what this team is? I didn't even pay attention. About 4 or 5 months. I mean, I got level 80 in under a month. I didn't max my roster till about November, I think. It was November or December, and I started in July, so it was 4 to 6 months. Something like that. I don't remember exactly when. I think I might have gotten it sooner, and then... That's right, I got all my heroes ranked up in, like, October, but I didn't get all the epics until December. I can try, but I'd have to actually calculate it all myself and do a statistical average because it doesn't actually display all the stats like parry chance and things like that. Boredom. And I like this type of mechanic. Like, I love min-maxing and tinkering and finding optimal teams and combinations. That's why I like the game Magic the Gathering and other strategy kind of games like this where you're finding synergies and all that. I played a lot. An awful lot. Plant runes are easy to get around with just shield piercing. Well, I spent a lot of money too, so I mean it wasn't just playtime. But I mean I did put a lot of time in, especially like the first 5 months that I played. Yeah. You gotta have shield piercing on Arya. You really don't have any shield piercing runes, Casey? Wow. Why didn't you make any when that first rune event came around? Oh yeah. If you watched my videos, you would have known. The Jhin, as long as you're using Jhin, Jhin is another good place to put it. Like, Jhin and Arya should both have shield piercing. Or, yeah, you can use Sifu with her. Because her basic attacks will get shield piercing then. I think you know who my top 5 hated heroes are. No, it's not just Julius. Julius, oh, and I love Jerry. Jerry, what are you talking about, hated heroes? Jerry and I are lovers. Julius, Kozar, Gortusk. I mean, those are the top 3. Hopper, there you go. Hopper is among them. Hey Daryl, how's it going? My name is Larry. This is my brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl. I don't hate Mangle. I mean, he's not a great hero, but I don't hate him. I mean, nobody uses him. Like, and nobody asks me to use him. Make Gortusk great again? I don't know that it was ever great. That'd be MKGA. Make Kenny great again. I mean, I believe you, but it doesn't matter what he was like before. It's what he's like now. Koros is a hero that needs to kind of get a little bit of a resurgence. Now, I would love to be able to see monsters get used a lot more. I'd rather see monsters get used a lot more than even, like, goblins getting used a lot more, or elves. Yeah, that's why I like the meta the way that it is now, because there's so many options. Like, when I first started even, and it wasn't even as bad as it was in the past, like, it was, well, they could get buffed at high-level stuff. But, yeah, but you just do it for their epics and things like that. Like, you don't have to buff the hero in general, or you buff them when they're, like, fully ascended, or things like that. There's ways to do it. Right. Well, you have to buff their epic then. Make it so their epic does something epic. Because then you wouldn't be able to use them under level 50. Right. Yeah, I mean... maybe give Mangold Cloth Guardian. Or give it to Marrow. I still like Marrow. Which epic skin? Oof. I would love to see an epic skin for Viperia. Where, like, she sheds her skin when she would die and comes back at, like, full health just the first time. Exactly, she sheds her skin and comes back. Well, you know how snakes sked their shin? Or, yeah, sked their shins. Yeah, they sked their shins. That's when you whack it on the coffee table. Kai is still very usable. He's just one of those niche heroes, but he's definitely very usable. Like, you can use him to remove taunt, you can use him to do the backsplash against AoE heroes, you can use him to do Call of the Deep, which is my favorite use for Kai. And round 1 Call of the Deep is just mwah, so good. Get like Kai, Hansuke, Drac, and like Arya. Oh my god. Wow. I'd be more likely to use Drac and Abby than Balog and Abby. Epics. How are all my cats? Bobo? Who's Bobo? Oh, the Kai team? Oh, yeah. Indeed. So, Bobble's epic could be Airstrike, where, yeah, a horde of Bobbles just go flying across the screen like, to war infantry. I can totally see that. Or like, the, buff or the attack that, Bovis does. That's a good call. Or it just drops napalm. Man, there's going to be plenty of American patriotism on July 4th. We don't need more. Pets are not a guarantee, and we're pushing to not have pets be a thing at all. Ask Press, or aka Schnoodles. He'll tell you what defense is for low heroes. Yeah. I need more coffee. I hope you do. It would have to have, too, the epic sound would have to have, like, that air traffic, kind of like, everybody's 5x5, blah, 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 and then it comes in and just destroys. Yeah, this event is cheap with rewards, but the last couple were good. And hey, you creepy. What is the rune for today's threshold, too, by the way? I didn't even look. Or just send them your in-game name, because you should be able to look at your roster from there. The blue festive. Oh, I've got crap tons of those. Yeah. I'll do 25 today, I'm not doing 50. Not for a blue festive. I just don't want the wrong epics. Like, I wouldn't want Malice to get a full attack epic. I think that'd be too much. But her getting a defensive epic or something more utility-based would be fine. Welcome back, Toasty. Defense, hippie. I would definitely second the Iris epic. Darius, nah. It's making a like semi-useless hero somewhat useful. Like, eh. No, the first day was blue, I think. It was a blue Foresight rune. I think it was. I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't. Or was it a version? Something like that. I don't remember. I don't think they've all been Festus. There was at least one day where it was a useful rune. The first 2 days were actually decent runes. The next 2 days weren't. Yeah. But I don't remember shit anymore, so. Yeah, I mean, it's 10 p.m. Casey, that's like 4 hours past your bedtime, isn't it? Alright, well, you have a good night, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe they were all attack and shield piercing. Or an enable, 2 to 3 enablers. Annihilation Beam does purge Soul Tether. It purges all buffs and debuffs. I have used that fact numerous times. Gotta be a bug. Because it should be purging every buff and every debuff. Iris still really doesn't require a bunch of festives. I mean, she can be better with festives, but she doesn't require it. Let's just freeze. We won't be able to freeze all of you. Oh well. Let's pit you. Let's kill you. Let's kill you. God damn it. Alright, Tress. Take care. I kind of like all seasons. I'm not as big a fan of summer because it's too hot, and I prefer the cold to the hot, but I don't think he should lose any of his energy, honestly. I think he should come back with whatever energy he had or whatever activated abilities he still had. Because no other hero loses their energy just by using one ability. I just like the cold. I don't care about the snow. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you're in school, then yeah. Yeah, the Arya not dodging it is a known bug that we have been reporting over and over and over and over and over. She also dodges Sifu's precise rampage, even though she shouldn't be able to. She dodges a number of things that aren't supposed to be dodgeable. Yeah, I like fall more than spring even because it's usually less wet. It also depends on where you are, too. Yeah, but there should still be a chance that she dodges, or she doesn't dodge that. I mean, but the way that it's worded, it should just be fixed. Like, they're inconsistent with so much stuff. And not everybody remembers to, but I appreciate likes when people remember. But she doesn't do it when dwarves do it, so that's another inconsistent point. I mean, if the attack isn't supposed to be able to be dodged, it shouldn't be able to be dodged, period. I mean, there should always be those kind of counters to each hero. Hell, even Archon. Like, you could put a team of like Solaris, Inferno, and her off balance does ignore immunities, which is also BS. Ah, middle name Danger, my friend. Let's see if I lose to him today as well as Obi-Wan. And what am I doing? I'm looking for Arya, who is up top. And Grandar. Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, you make her off balance not pierce immunity, just like they did with Jhin, and make it so that there's a 1-turn gap between the time when off balance goes off, like fades, and she can cast it again. Just 1 turn. Because even then, you still got like a 60% chance for her to dodge. Except that's not always the case. I had a team when I was running Zola, Viperia, Grandar, and Solaris. And I literally, to kill one Arya with all 4 of those heroes, I had to let Viperia die twice, wait to res her, and then wait until the off-balance buff got applied, or debuff got applied, and then res that hero. I had to do that twice. That's ridiculous. For 4 heroes, at least 2 of which were legendary, that's too much. I don't know about soloing Rayla teams. Mine isn't soloing this Rayla team right now. Yep, I agree. God damn it, this is the same thing that happened against Obi. Come on. God damn it, Solaris, get up. Why is Solaris not up, OMG? There we go. Alright. I was a bit panicked there. That ability should burn existing corpses too. I don't know about panic attack, but I was definitely a little worried. It's on the off balance stuff. I don't know about 9 turn, but it should definitely be 1 turn at least longer than the buff lasts. Fortunately, get her all like stunned and off balanced and everything herself and paralyzed, and she can be hit. Alright, so I didn't lose to MND. Oh, yeah, I gotcha, yeah. That is probably correct. Although it's really like meh, it doesn't do a lot of damage, so. But I think it should at least burn existing corpses. What am I doing? Oh, hopefully this is an Arya team, or a friggin' Rayla team. I'll be so happy when this event is over. Yeah, I like PvPing, I just hate to be forced to PvP this much. Rayla teams with Ice Bloom, yeah, it's difficult. You can stop Ice Bloom too, though. I mean, hell, take Archon. I mean, if he didn't lose his energy. Why in the world? This is a weird team. Like, why would you make Ponti the only hero that doesn't have aversion? Yeah, I mean, I'm on board with like Ice Bloom being usable. I think they should take Archon's ability to remove your chance to crit an epic proc and put it on Grandar. I also hate the fact that when the target of aversion becomes when aversion is canceled, it should just be canceled. And it should really only last one fucking round, too. Why in the hell am I silenced still? No idea. Yeah, I never make the summits anyway, so it's kinda... I have a Marooned Attack with a, I thought I had Foresight on him. Okay. I don't know, I'll have to double check, but I think he's mostly attack, actually. The friggin' healing on this dude is just absurd. Oh, and that Emily being friggin' unhittable. early is yeah, but I had an immersion rune on him before. I don't know why I don't now. Oh, because I moved the rune around. Like, I'm typically not using him. Really need her not to be able to res. God. This battle is going to take a week and a half. Yeah, I mean, just irritating. If I don't kill Lily, then everybody heals too much. But if I kill Lily, then she gets rezzed by... what's-her-face? Emily. You know what? I don't even care. This is taking way too long. Not worth the time. Now let me put my right friggin' team back in place. Not a rage quit, just a it's not remotely efficient quit. I didn't even intend to take that team with me, so... My dinner will be here shortly, or my lunch will be here shortly. So I'll be probably... I mean, I'll keep playing, and I'll keep streaming, but I'll probably kill the camera while I eat. No. Anybody can come and observe, but you have to be a representative, like somebody that a guild has appointed to be a representative to go and speak in the summit. And generally, it also has to be somebody that just wants to complain. The summits are so kind of just generally pointless. It'd be better if they just did like a, hey, this is what's going on, whatever. Like a State of the Union address kind of thing instead. Alright, I need to use the restroom. I am going to do the BRB, and I will BRB. 2 minutes. I am back. Yes, yes, Abe, you are. Alright. I think we're dancing a little bit past that line there, guys. Keep it classic. Minecraft Maniac. Kozar was immune to fire. I guess not. Or Koros, not Kozar. Too many friggin' five-letter K names. You know, I'm not gonna switch teams for that. Although now I do have to switch because I have to fight Mojo. That is a must. That was Leo Sol. Arya Grandar. Figure out how to find heroes. I don't even remember which followers I used. Oh, yeah, I just saw somebody's using Hopper. Let's get him res before that gets ugly. After the fight. God damn it. Do I know what Overwatch is? Yes, I do. I'm not that old. Yeah, exactly. You're fucking kidding me. I don't know who any of the characters are, I just know what the game is. Mojo. That is kind of a smart defense, though. I gotta give him credit. Knowing that people are going to use Leo and Saul against your defense, so putting Hopper out there. I could beat it, I just wasn't prepared to beat it, yeah. Oh. I forgot. Remind me this time. I mean, obviously... Blink, you mean think? Just for that. Nah, I'm not facing this team. That's right. No Arya runes for you.
What?
Weird. Think is a stroll. I win. So my Arya runes, I have an Elite Healer rune. I have a Superior Inhibitor rune for the attack. And I've got a Superior Unbreakable Heart rune. So those are my runes for Arya. Valken, I have... So I've got a Foresight and a Festive. And a Festive. And a Festive. And a Shield Pierce. Shield Pierce is kind of important, 3 Festives are kind of important, and the Foresight is helpful, but not required. Those Fire and Nature runes are pretty damn good. What'll be really funny is if I go find my Leo, and I see if Leo doesn't have all of his runes. Okay, Leo does have runes. Solaris I know has runes. At least I feel a little bit better for my friggin' teams anytime I put Arya out there getting crushed. Bruno's okay. He is not great, but he is not terrible either. I think it was because I didn't have the extra Enabler runes. Who do I have Enabler runes on? I don't think I have enough on Lily. Oh no, I do have enough on Lily. Okay. I think that won't help. Inhibitor. You pull this Enabler off. I usually do a Stealth character or a combination of Stealth Mage, if anything. Why Enablers on Lily? Because Lily's Epic is awesome. So, not for every single team, but she does 3x damage, grows allied plants, nature allies become plants, and heals allies for a potential or part of the damage dealt. Keeping bringing it up in Summit is not going to help anything. There's stuff that's in the pipeline. I did suggest to them a whole slew of things like a couple months ago. As well as I put the idea about having increased rune slots for like 10% more rune slots for each VIP level. So, I mean, the people just keep kicking the dead horse over and over. Some of the stuff's in process. I mean, so the Enabler. Have to find a green Enabler, which is probably not on Jumbo. Who has my green Enabler? And I've said that to them too. It works. Some things they can't communicate, some things the community is just shitty at communicating as well. And they make so much noise instead of listening, but they could definitely be considerably better with communication. Alright, not as good as it could be, but it's not terrible. 22,000. So, yeah, I just add 2 enablers. Healer rune because it's got attack, inhibitor rune because it's got attack, unbreakable heart because it's got attack. Yeah, and to some degree, I mean, some of it they can't necessarily say anything. I wish they would say more, but they keep things kind of... part of it is because every time they say something about some of these things, if they don't end up delivering on part of it, people... just like crucify them on the communications and stuff too. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be what it is. They aren't gonna change change all their stuff. Like, they're not gonna change how they operate necessarily, but we're working on getting them to be better. I mean, I had suggested they do that State of the Game address, and then that never came about either. I mean, I wouldn't say that the game is just going to be what it is right now, but I mean, it's not going to shift radically. We're still working to make things better, but it's just not going to... Yeah, but the problem is if they say something like that, that's not how it actually works out in practice. People will still... like, go crazy about stuff. I mean, that neither side is treating things right. Both the devs and the community should be doing things better. So the devs are more responsible for it because it's their game, but the community doesn't help the situation either. Because I've brought up a number of times about, like, communicating this or that, and there's definitely rationale about why not to communicate certain things, and I don't know about everything, but... I haven't yet. That came up, like, over the weekend. I mean, I don't know how willing they would be to do some of that, too, because that requires somebody to create the merchandise and all of that stuff, too. Well, Fortnite is like the Bill and Ted's answer to everything. I mean, it's... people would just play Fortnite. Everybody would get along. Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that they're good at communication, because that's not true. You will pretend you did not hear that? Did not hear what? Merch? Thank you. Oh, I'm not playing Fortnite, don't worry. That's a running joke with Abe. problem is, like, well, I mean, for the heroes, I think that would be hilarious to make, or hilarious and awesome to make dungeon boss heroes, and as like plushies. But it'd be even funnier to do like the devs as plushies. Except then people would use them as voodoo dolls. Alright, so do you guys want to see me eating, or should I kill my camera? Mukbang? Alright, mukbang it is. Some seasoning on this shite. What else? My pepper. Alright, I guess no pepper. I can turn it into an ASMR mukbang and like chew right into the microphone. I don't want to know what direction that was referring to, so we'll just leave that at that. I don't know that I'd feel comfortable with your wet mouth sounds. Oh, here we go. No, I'm not attacking that. I know what he's got. How you doing, guard? Uh-oh. Kitty. Do this one. Yeah, by request, I'm keeping my camera on while I eat. Because people are weird. Do I even want to know what that is? Well, it's weird because half of the crowd is under 18, so... Alright. Now I gotta see what Abe is posting. I think maybe the only thing that I would change about Lily is make it so that she's not immune to every single debuff when she's in oak form. Like certain ones would still land. She should also take more damage from fire and lightning attacks. Oh look, they killed Kenny. Those bastards. Oh, did I get pitted? I'll pit you. Arcana's so good. Yeah, I remember when I was recording my 500 streak, Gabe sitting there cheering, hoping that I would lose. Am I familiar with the OWO? I don't know exactly what it means, but I have context. Lose. Good, right? I love having a water cooler right here. Like in game. Yeah, that's the problem with gravy is that it's brown. So you get associated with brown things. How do you know I'm not sausage gravy? Or turkey gravy? Oh, I just saw your message. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate that. The only other thing that I would do is maybe add D in front of GravyTrain, but it can work either way. Let me show people and let them give some feedback. Just a moment. Let me duplicate this one. And, oops, it's not title. Starting. Need to save that image. All right, what do you guys think of this? Oh, look who it is. Abe leaves, and we get a wild Dottie. Right, you just don't like Abe, do you? Yeah, so we got starting. Yeah, BRB. No, you do a good job with that stuff, Lube. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I'm not sure, Johnny. They don't tell me things like that. Your guess is just as good as mine is. A lot of times, if you request in the suggestions channel or something, they may do it. I did have a prize for the one weekly event, but I plan on probably doing more. I'm just not sure exactly what to do yet. They're both good at that level. Lily is going to serve you longer. Like, Lily will be good all the way for the rest of the game, though. Whereas Zom will start to be less useful at higher levels. So, based purely on that, I would say Lily. I go heavy on attack for Jin Lee. They really should make that plant rune, like the effect of the plant rune, not limited to just plants. I mean, it depends. It shouldn't take more than like 15 or 20 if you've run it that many. What level are you? And which epic? Like, which epic piece? And if you need the second piece or later, you gotta be level 60. Yeah, Stonefish is good at pretty much all levels. You can use him at higher levels even. I mean, he's not as good as some of the other heroes, but he's still decent. His abilities have a lot of utility. Also, if you're not going for the first piece, Johnny, or I'm sorry, Cobes, level 62, it is the, like for the recipe, it has to be the recipe has to have that piece being active. So if you're at like level 3, you won't be able to get the piece until it's at level 5. Other than that, I'm losing my mind. Other than that, I mean, oh, it's just random. I mean, you might have a real bad streak. The most that I've had to run is like 12. But you could just be having bad luck too. He's so low in the tier list. I mean, he's a C. He's not a D or anything like that. He's just a C in my meta sheet. That means he's not great, but he's not bad. Hey kid, you can run teams around Furno, like you can do Furno with Lily is always a good choice. You can use Furno to burn away buffs with other teams, like he's got to decide what you need him for, and I like how everybody's calling him Stonefish now. I forgot what it was like facing full beast teams. Alright. Mukbang almost over. You know you can get materials to craft runes from the PvP store? The honor shop. You might have already known that, but just in case. Definitely does. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you gotta just pretty much expect that an elite rune is gonna cost you about 3,500 gems. No, I'm not holding the bread down there for you to eat, so... Typically, you should be hitting the axe rune anyways. Yeah, I mean, if you're not in a hurry to level up, then, yeah, I mean, raiders are fine. It's hard to say. I bought 4 of them, so, I mean, I think they're worth it. The stats are garbage, but I'm trying to convince Joel, or I will be trying on Monday, tomorrow, convince Joel to put through a change. I don't know if he will or not. Probably not, but there's a chance. But I would consider getting at least one. But like when they release the epic or the enabler runes, say hi to the stream.
We are the original freedom fighter.
Hey. Now PvP rewards are always greater. You can always get the one from the shop, but shop runes. The PvP runes in general tend to suck. Yeah, I would definitely get it then. I mean, Ponte you can get by without a Foresight rune just by using enablers, but it's always good to have one like that. I mean, I don't argue, but... Well, for Legend 1, if you're in the Boss 100, you get better runes. But you get the rune for the Boss 100, not for the... I've never seen an issue with it, but you can always just take a bunch of, yeah, there is. Take a bunch of res potions and take friends that, have Emily as Yeah, add Emily is the thing. You go to boss players and hit rewards. But even 51 to 100, you still get a superior rune. Yep. It's got a Well, that's okay. Creepy didn't know about this one. He's like, man, I wish they'd offer a free rune on a clip. This was creepy. Actually, I'm gonna check my score while I'm out there. Alright, so I only need about 4K more. And my overall player contribution, yeah, that's more than double the minimum, so I am quite content. So 4K, I need 4K or 4K trophies. I'm at 201, so at about 206. If your Ponty is full, get the Ponty one. You can always get the Lily one later. And Ponty is really not usable without the skin and the epic. You sent me one. I'll next, my Archon is is my shared hero. Who gets bumped? Uh-oh, Irene. Abe. Jeez. I can't bump Frank Allen. All of my friggin' mods. Alright, they have never used my hero. Get rid of no skins? Alright. Yeah, I know you're on there. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. As long as you, like, I generally will only bump people when A, I need a spot, and B, if you haven't used my hero in like 10 days or more. I mean, because I can't use everybody's heroes frequently or sometimes at all, but I try to at least give people a couple of weeks, and that's only because I have to pare people down to make room for new people. So once a week if you use my hero. I mean, I appreciate it. But I only really expect people to stay on the list to use it like once a week. It's always appreciated when people do more. But, yeah. And like I said, the only reason I need some criteria by which to cut people to make room for new people, so. Like I said, the keys really don't matter that much or anything like that, but I do appreciate it when people use it. I get a pretty good flow of keys. Okay. Yeah. I tend to not even accept a bunch of lower levels. Nice, thanks, Dark. Or you got me in PvP, or you got me in, Yeah, give me a minute. I'll go accept whoever I can. But yeah, I typically don't take most of the low levels unless it's somebody that like knows from the stream or something like that. But because I get people that add me because I get suggested, I get people that add me just because I'm high on the leaderboards or whatever. So yeah, like I said, Toasted, like once a week is all I really ask. Any more is appreciated, but once a week is all I ask to kind of stick in the roster. So. Do you have water? Uh-oh. Hold on, I have to do kitty maintenance, high priority stuff. There you go. Nice. What team did you use against me? Hey, Venda. You're not H-Bomb, are you? Okay, Okie Herper. Nice. Did I use your hero 20 minutes ago? Not 20 minutes ago. But I did use it earlier today. Dark One, are you H-Bomb one? Oops, not what I wanted to do, damn it. Yeah. Oh, Dark Mana. Okay. Yeah, I've actually had a pretty decent record with this. I mean, I haven't, definitely not flawless, but I've done pretty good. So you must have got it like a little bit earlier today. I've run a whole bunch of battles since then. You're off my list. I would have revenged you had I known. Let me go ahead and take care of H-Bomb here. Yeah, and against a Rayla team. Yeah, I was going to mention that, Luke. Like, Rocky is such a poor choice as an Avatar hero. This isn't his account, the Dark Buddha is. This is just somebody else. Yeah, or you have Zult to banish her. Or Hansuke. Or freeze runes on your heroes. I mean, there's a number of ways around her, but yeah. Perfect striking is a nice... I just wouldn't be offended if you don't get your hero used a lot then, because unless you're running green heroes, he's kind of... Yeah, if you put Burning Skin, so the burning... Well, you'd have to have Hellfire Skin. Let's do that. Vines will do it too. This cat is so cute. She's lying like all along my lower leg, like my shin, calf, whatever, with like one arm stretched out, just like sitting right up onto my knee. She's a little cutie. The disease skin, or if you can manage to hit her with Archon, which unfortunately that's a whole separate issue. They'll stop her from critting or epic procking. That is what those inhibitor runes are good for. They can lose, but yeah, that's a weird... Using Zen on defense? It's like, what? Not having your heroes leveled? It always cracks me up when I see that. People with like higher levels, but then they don't level their heroes up. Yeah, I mean, I've lost a few today. Granted, a couple of them were because I took the wrong team. But I've lost a few legitimate battles today. Not common, but it does happen. This poor man's aversion. Is everybody else taunting? Almost at the threshold. At low to mid levels, Zama's fine. I usually root him very defensively with a taunt tank rune. Like, am I talking to Twitch? I talk to both. There's nobody asking questions there. But why do I answer random questions? I think maybe you're just not following, or you're seeing the thread, or something isn't getting followed, because generally I respond to as much as I can in chat. I may just sometimes respond to things out of order. Sometimes I'm just instructing too, or like elaborating on things. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he was just curious, like if I was responding to somebody that was over on Twitch or something like that. But most times it is something in the thread, it just may be buried a little further back. Like I missed it earlier and look up and see it. So yeah, I don't think he was saying not to respond to people. I think he was just curious where it was, like, what it was directed to. It's quite alright, Van Dunn. And then, like I said, sometimes I just get thoughts, and I'm sitting when I'm like kind of staring at the screen, my brain is processing, and it's like, oh, and there's this, that kind of thing. And I try not to leave too much dead air. And I don't talk just for the sake of talking, but. You're pretty much I mean, well, then, so there isn't really a meta right now. Like, there's strong teams, but the meta is so wide. If you had to pick a meta team, it's probably like this, or maybe this with Shade instead of Alkin. But Archon and Zulk and Malice is kind of the meta, if there was a meta. There's really not, though. There's so many good teams. And I like to encourage people to like look outside of the meta anyways, or out of the popular teams, that kind of thing. GoKidHack.net. Nice. Nobody moves the Zulk. I don't know. Lazy animation, maybe. Could be the skin, and I don't know. I mean, he is like a demon lord, so. I love barbarians. They are crunchy and good with ketchup. Or gravy. Yeah, that's... in PvP, that's got to be one of the most powerful attacks in the game. I mean, never mind the fact that he can also get attack power as the highest in the game. I mean, his attack power is slightly higher than my Jan's by about 300 points. Alright, I have hit threshold. I don't have to worry about the pace as much anymore. I'm probably going to wrap up in about 25 minutes. I have time to do some other things today, but just to let you guys know planning-wise. That'll be just a little bit over a 3-hour stream. This is pretty much my most powerful team, yeah. At least as of right now. Guardian Dog. Trying to remember who the Guardian Dog is. Oh, Leo. Okay. Leo's a lion, not a dog. So Solaris, Leo, Shadowblade, and Hensuke. Yeah, I mean, that could be a good team. But I mean, this team that I'm running now is definitely the fastest, most damaging, most quick damaging. Loses by far the least. Nice. Excellent. So you did get it. I am so happy for you. That is freaking great. Was it when I blew up your, or you used my hero to do it, or was it after? He was struggling getting his epic to drop for Stonefish. Oh yeah, my Archon is an unstoppable force. Did he hit somebody, or did Malice hit somebody for 4 million? That's funny. I've seen 400,000 pretty commonly. In the boss battles, I'll hit for a lot more. My Jin was hitting the last boss for 52 million, or 50 million, 52 million. No, I think it was 50,200,000, something like that. Because it was a cap every time the damage couldn't go any higher. So you need to go in and level up all the pieces. So you're going to have to get a bunch of materials to level up each time. You get it up to level 5, and then you can get the next part the same way. Same thing once you get up to level 11, you can go get the level 12 piece the same way. The cobalt bars, that's the stuff I'll show you after this. So the materials drop in dungeons. You can just farm like boss mode dungeons, or you can PvP a whole bunch. Yeah, you'll rerun the same dungeon. And you can take the same team, whatever. So, but yeah, you can get the pieces and stuff in here too, as well as like all of these, your bars, your raw materials, your plants, crystals, tomes, all of that stuff. That's what the damage penetration is for. It'll offset the defense. Oh yeah, you'll get a 75% defense buff. Hey Jared, how's it going? Good to see you this evening. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, that's why, I mean, used properly, Stone Fist is not a joke. Oh, jeez. Nice. Yeah, I've been PvPing all weekend. About tired of it. Alright, Cubs. Glad you got your epic, and good luck at the next piece, and we will see you soon. So congrats to you. That is pretty cool timing, though. Nice. Oh, that's very cool. Grondar's a fun hero. About another 15-20 minutes. I thought it was only 140,000, but maybe. I don't know. A lot of it gets reduced, or it could have been 2 damages that got stacked over one another. Hard to say. Yeah, a lot of times it's a bunch of damages that are stacked. But I mean, my malice will hit that hard. That's the reason, like, you see damage like 1.4 million or 400,000 or even 100,000. That's why I just laugh at the people that argue that health is a super important stat. Now, health is important when you're taking a bunch of low level or low damage hits, but you need to be able to turn the knobs to ratchet that damage way down. Because adding 10k health is nothing compared to that kind of damage. I mean, adding 50k health is nothing compared to that kind of damage, so... Oh, very nice. Congratulations. Sounds like you had a very productive day. Did you hit the thresholds for the day? Oh, nice. Well, if you got 25,000... Ah, this beast mode just revenged me. Hold on, I gotta see if he's... Well, no, and it's not just me. It's not like I'm not the only one that has super strong heroes, whatever. I mean, it's not hard to get even like into the mid-20s for attack and damage penetration and all that. It's just the game now is a lot more burst damage than it is consistent damage over time. Like, heroes don't get worn down, they get smashed. So you have to be able to turn to absorb and counteract that damage. With this team, send me your info. Like, send me your lineup and in general what runes you have, and I'll see if I can build it on the test server. And then I'll probably have even stronger runes, so... I mean, I was, damage pen is damage penetration. So there's damage penetration and then there's damage reduction. You should actually watch my video on damage calculations. There's it's on one of the mechanics playlist or something like that, or strategies or something like that. But look for the damage mechanics video, and it actually shows you, in general or in an abstract way, the way the damage calculations are done, and like kind of what adjusts things. So on one axis you've got attack power versus defense power. On another axis you've got damage penetration versus damage reduction. So you figure there's like a square that is bounded by those values. And when you can increase when you're trying to maximize the amount of damage you're doing, you want to maximize that square, the area of that square. Rayla, Ice Bloom, Darius, Lily. And, well, I mean, this team would probably die to that. But I can try it. My Leo team would beat it. But this team would die to it. This team is not designed to take on Rayla teams, although I've won some. But yeah, Jared, I like the Honorbound team. I still have to get the 4 wins using the Honorbound heroes. But they're definitely very viable. Honorbound, as far as a single family with the most usable heroes, Honorbound is definitely the strongest right now, I think. Like demons, some of the demons are good. Some of the dwarves are good, or some of the spirits are good, or whatever, but you can't really build just an all-one family team with anything but Honorbound. Technically plants, but it gets a little wonky. Nice. Give them my condolences. Jumbo, Lily, Rocky, you can technically, if you have Jumbo and Jumbo's Epic, you can take Grognog as a plant as well. Or you take a green hero and make sure that Lily gets an Epic proc off. And then you'll effectively have 4 plants, but yeah, they're not technically family, like they can't equip the rune. Nice. Yeah, I just had turkey for lunch. Thick, poopy. Nice. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I need more vacation days. indoor pool, you staying at a hotel or something, or are you like a rec center? Ooh, man. This stream was not brought to you by 5-Hour Energy, though it should be. Gotcha. But it's an indoor, like it's a municipal pool or something like that? Like for your city? Or like your apartment complex or something along those lines. Actually, you know what game, thinking about games, that I've thought about redoing or replaying for a long time is the Mass Effect series. Gotcha. Yeah, Oak Lily is definitely the single most used team, or most used hero on defense. Hands down. Furnace is really common, Jin is really common. He's got a waterproof case for his phone, so he was swimming and watching, and he's got waterproof headphones. You don't do that, Toasty? Alright, my unified chat stalls every now and again. Weird. Like the last thing I see on one screen is all of these teams have Oak Lily on it. But then I look over on the other one and it's got other stuff after it. Hey, Mikalash. You caught the very, very, very end of the stream. I've got like 3 or 4 more minutes. Yeah, not dealing with that. I have to try to redeem myself with Mojo. His sphere that was clear and it could steer. What am I doing? I need Sol. Need Arya. And this time she actually has runes on her. And this time I'll take Jin. Yeah, I've been going for over 3 hours. But, yeah. This will probably be my last battle for the day. Since there's been a lot of interest, I'll probably try to stream at least a couple of times a week. My plan was to do one dungeon boss stream a week, and then one, one other game or something like that, but we'll see what happens. I gotta get that Hopper DED dead. Oh, he's stunned at least. It is time to res. Burn that corpse, Leo. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it real good. Alright, I am redeemed. Oh, just won a defense too. Alrighty. Dieselmon. Oh yeah, that team wouldn't have really done very well. Beast mode got me. Cool. Alright, well, thank you for coming out, everybody. It was a pleasure, as always, hanging out with you. If you haven't hit the like button already, I would appreciate it. And, yeah, join the Discord if you're not already there, and we'll be able to interact with the community while we're not on stream. I'll let you know what's going on with stuff and what I'll be streaming next and all that other stuff. So I appreciate everybody being here. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.